All right, welcome to the night class, March 2018. Okay, let's just keep it simple tonight. And let's piggyback on something we talked about earlier, I guess. And let's go into social media. Let's go into social media. Round the horn. How many do you have? What you use it for? You don't have to give away your handles, anything like that. But, controversies, good things about it, bad things about it. Go.
All right, so I've got basically, let me think, Facebook. I've got, one, two, three Facebooks. Four Facebooks, excuse me. Four. Well, five now.
Okay, so is that like for one for your Navy, one for your for detective work? What is it?
Yeah, so I've got my personal, my private one for friends and family. Then I've got my professional one in broadcasting, which we all know who I am. Chris Ryan, by the way. And then I've got a couple work ones I use at work for detective work. And then I've got another professional one for the military stuff also to put out word from the military.
Okay.
So then I've got an Instagram. I do have a Snap, although I don't use it that much. I had a Kick. I guess I still got Kick.
Wow.
But I am inept when it comes to social media.
You have got to be the oldest person ever on Kick.
Oh, you'd be surprised who's on Kick. There's some creepy fools on Kick. But I mean, so even though I've got these things, I don't use them the way I think that the younger people probably use them. I see what's on there.
Your strict network and family, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. I very rarely put opinionated stuff on there anymore. I used to, but not anymore because it's such a drag. I mean, it would just drag you right into the pits of hell, when you put opinionated stuff on there. So I'm real big on like outdoor stuff. So I like to post pictures of outdoor stuff and all that kind of nonsense.
Okay, Jarrell?
Well, I've only got two. And that's Instagram and Facebook. And I just use social media just to post things that I did. Like, say I go out, I just post like family time and stuff like that. And just to see what else is going on out there in social media and stuff like that and see how everybody else is doing and all my friends, stuff like that. So I really don't try to use that as for a negative aspect to see who's getting beat up or who's taking their pants down and stuff.
World star.
Yeah, I think all that stuff is just negativity. I look for positivity when I look on my Facebook page, just positive stuff to keep me motivated and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
First of all, social media is the devil.
Check.
Reincarnate. I hate social media, but because of what we are and how we live in today's society, you almost have to have social media in some form or some aspect. Whether if it's for your job, I mean, mainly for your job, because if you look at Facebook now, it's all advertisements. It's all, just different stuff that are posting up on your feed. And I have friends who are realtors, and it is their professional account, but they are posting houses as their comments or as whatever they're doing. So I get that whole thing, but I just don't, that's not what Facebook was intended to be. And I know Mr. Zuckerberg he's just profited off of Facebook becoming what it is and not what it was meant to be in the very, very beginning. Go watch the movie Social Network. I mean, yes, watch Social Network. That tells you what Facebook was supposed to be. And now everything is like spiraled off of that into different directions. Personally, I do have a Facebook account. I'm not active on it based off of a career choice that I am moving into broadcasting or media casting, I would rather say. Don't know what aspect I'm going to do. I will create another one and deactivate my other account and strictly just have a professional account where I can post and do stuff like that. Instagram had that until I don't know what happened, but just randomly out of the blue, I started getting friend requests, like, come see me, I'm nude, blah, 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 blah.
We've all
and
got
that's
those,
right. That's like, it's delete. I would report them. I would do, I don't want that. And then they kept coming, like sometimes multiple ones a day. No,
Hey,
I'm
right
out.
now,
I'm done.
I'm getting bombarded with a bunch of hair weave accounts. So don't feel bad.
I do have Snapchat. It's an active account. I don't use it. I just do it when my wife goes, "Oh, hey, do you see what so-and-so posted on Snapchat?" Oh, okay, great. I really don't care. I gave up all forms of social media for Lent one year, and those 40 days turned into about 3 years. And my life never got better. I mean, let me rephrase that. My life got tremendously better. I wasn't involved. I'm not sitting there at the dinner table or out at a restaurant facing my phone looking at stuff. I'm engaging in conversation with people. It's a crutch for people these days, and I just wish people would just let go of that crutch and just
Use it for what it was intended for.
right. I mean, it is to connect with people, and that's what Facebook was originated for, and was to connect with people on your college campus, and to be able to communicate with them in another form. So,
Cam?
I have Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat, but like Alex here said, I really only use it like, oh, hey, someone sent me something, I view it. Facebook, the only reason I actually even still have it is because, one, so my family won't follow me on Twitter, and two, so I can just keep up with a few people from high school who I don't have their phone number. Twitter, I don't really post much stuff on there. I mainly like just retweet a bunch of stuff, and that's how Twitter is how I get a lot of my like sports information, or if I start seeing like something newsy pop up, I'll start searching it to see how credible it is. So I use Twitter for a lot of my information gathering and type of stuff. But other than that, I'm not really that big into social media. It's like Alex said, there's so much.
too much drama.
Jarrell and Alex said it. Yeah, it's just too much negativity, or the devil what'd you say? The devil reincarnated.
Yeah, pretty much. That's all it is.
Now, those are the negatives. Like, can you think of anything positive?
Oh yeah, I can keep up with.
now-
I can keep up with everybody's birthday. Thanks, Facebook. If I'm important to you, you know when my damn birthday is.
Emphasis on the sarcasm. I get that.
Yeah, you should
Okay.
you should know those close to you. You should know their birthday.
Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, yeah. So definitely, what I was going to say a minute ago was that I hear what you're saying, Alex, and I totally agree with a lot of that. So what I did, which a lot of people are doing, kind of cut the cord kind of thing. I've gone through and I've unliked certain pages or whatever else to help feed your feed with the things that you want to be in there, and that's helped out tremendously. The reality is, with social media, if you're not on social media, you will not succeed in business in today's world. Period.
And that's why I said I was going to create a separate one of nothing but straight business, but based on analytics and whatever website you go to, that's what feeds your feed. It doesn't matter what you like,
And you
or
can't go
what
to-
you
Well, there is an
dislike
aspect to
and
that.
stuff. You know,
There is.
like I scroll down and it's like I was just on Amazon, like looking at something. Okay, then all of a sudden that thing pops up
for
and it's
ads, right?
right. So I mean, it's there regardless.
Yeah, for ads it is, but for other things like pages that come up and stories that come up, you know, that's all generated from the likes of pages that you do. But definitely from analytics from Google and Amazon and everything else, those things pop up. But social media is what you make it also. You know, a long time ago, I was in another business, and I absolutely use social media, Facebook, to promote that business because you have to. I've got the friends who are the realtors, you know, and that sort of thing, and that's what they do, because you have to realize that everybody's on their phone at the dinner table and everything else, and whether we like that or not, that's the reality of the situation, and we have to find a way to exploit that as a business owner, right? Where you can put your product in front of as many people's faces as possible. We don't like what that means at the end of the day. We're not having conversations with our kids, but we're getting our product out there. And it's kind of feeding the beast. You know, we've heard that term quite a few times from Arrow, and that's one of the aspects of feeding the beast, is realizing where you stand with that. And it's about branding also, right?
I get that. I mean, I get the whole branding yourself and branding your business, but at the same time, how did people brand their business before?
Word of mouth.
Regardless, it was word of mouth. I mean, at the end of the day, the best advertisement is what?
But now social media is word of mouth. that is word of mouth. And I'll say this, in my job that I do, one of the biggest problems in law enforcement is that officers nowadays don't talk to each other personally, right? You'll sit car to car with somebody and they will text each other. Or if you're in roll call, they'll text each other in roll call because no one talks to each other anymore. You're getting older. I am older, and I've seen how things have changed. And that's been one of my biggest pet peeves. But social media is one of those things that's not going away. It's going to do nothing but develop even further. So we have to get out in front of it first. That's the way I see things.
Well, that was good conversation, guys. Man, we've got to get out of here. So in the end, it has its uses, has its faults, but it also has its pluses. But thank y'all for joining us this evening. See you next time on Connecticut School of Broadcasting.